Hello everyone, this is Shayan Siddiqui with you, an expert business and economics lecturer, an educationalist and a professional corporate trainer. Welcome to my channel. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss with you democratic leadership style, including the advantages and disadvantages of being a democratic leader. This lecture is going to be in English language. If you want to watch the same lecture in Urdu language, just click on this link. This link will lead you to my Urdu language video for the same topic, democratic leadership style. So without further delay, here we go. Welcome back, and here is the topic, democratic leadership style. Democratic, the word came from democracy. Okay, so in democracy we consult with everyone, everyone's opinion is respected and everyone's opinion is considered. Keep it in your mind, okay? Let's move on. What is the definition of a democratic leadership style? A democratic leader involves everyone in decision-making process. They consult their staff members and they consider their opinions, views before making any decision. Everybody get a chance to share their views, give their opinions about any specific issue which has been presented on table by the leader. Democratic leadership style is totally different from autocratic leadership style. In autocratic leadership style, orders and order. My word is law. Do you remember that? My way or highway. That was the style of autocratic leadership style, but democratic is totally different. Over here, you are consulting with others. You are allowing others, like a leader is allowing others to share their opinion. What do they think about any specific issue or the decision? Keep it in your mind. In democratic leadership style, a leader only consults with others. He does not allow others to do the work in the way they want. That's another leadership style. Okay, that's the next video. So clear till here? So in democratic leadership style, the leader consults others. He gives value to the views of others. So he basically discusses the issues, or she discusses issues. Okay, democratic style is the style which promotes the active participation of workers in decision making. Any sort of decision. It promotes, it appreciates, it encourages the participation of employees. It doesn't encourage, like, if you're sitting like this and looking at the leader, okay, fine, he's going to be the last one, he's going to decide whatever he thinks, he's just wasting our time. It's not like that. In democratic, it's totally different. You are encouraged to share your views. You're encouraged to share your ideas. Are you getting my point? That is a democratic leadership style. What are the features of being a democratic leader? The workers are encouraged to participate. I have already explained this. There is a two-way communication in democratic leadership style, like communication from up to down and down to up as well. Okay, from upper hierarchical level to the lower and from the lower to upper as well. Like people working at different hierarchical levels in the organization are also allowed to communicate with others. Okay, they can share. If they don't agree, for example, so they are allowed to share their views. They will send the emails and talk to the managers. Sir, I don't agree with this. I think this is the best way to do. And they will be given respect. They will say, okay, we will think about it. It's not like get out. It's not like that. That can be the case in autocratic leadership style. Like, thank you so much for your opinion, but no thanks. Okay, moving on. Information about the business is disseminated to the workers and the business allow full involvement. I made a video on MBO, Management by Objective. Did you watch that video? If you didn't, then here's the link and it's in the description as well. So go there and check out everybody in MBO, Management by Objective. Everybody gets involved in the business, okay? Because they all know in which direction the business is having to work. In democratic leadership style, the same thing is the same thing over here. Like, everybody knows what is the purpose of this decision. Why are they forcing us to do it? Or why are they asking us to do the certain task in the certain way? They know the reasons. So they know everything in the democratic leadership style. Moving on. Advantages of democratic leadership style. The first one, better morale or job satisfaction. In autocratic leadership style, if you remember, people were demotivated because they had a feel that they are not the important part of the organization, but over here it's totally different. It's an advantage. Their morale will be high and they will consider themselves as an important part of the organization. Okay, they will have a feel that yes, we are being heard. Our decisions. For example, any employee suggests something, and that suggestion is acknowledged by everyone, and that becomes the final decision. Just imagine the level of morale and satisfaction of that employer. Not only that employee, everybody will be motivated. They will think that we are being heard. We are the important part of this organization. Advantage. Employee inputs. Yes, man, that is an advantage. Sometimes it happens that people whom you are working with, they are more experienced than you. Or they may have dealt with the specific situation, specific issue in their previous organizations. And you are dealing with that specific problem first time in your life as a leader. If you allow them to share their views, their ideas, their experience is going to be highly beneficial for your organization. So employee inputs are the advantage of democratic leadership style. Employee will be able to express their views. Yes, sometimes it happens you simply, in autocratic leadership style for example, you simply give orders. Nobody expresses their views and they simply take the orders despite of knowing the fact that's gonna be a serious problem. We don't have this ability or capability. And they are simply asking us to do something. Man, they're gonna suffer. This happens in autocratic leadership style. But in democratic leadership style, it's so different. What happens? You are allowing them to share their view. For example, I ask a specific teacher to teach any specific, for example, as a business head of my organization, just for example, I ask a certain teacher, a specific teacher to teach business management HL, IB, okay? And that teacher says, sorry sir, I've got no idea. I haven't attended any workshop. I allowed him to share their views. Are you getting my point? Based on it, I'll be able to decide, oh, he's a nice teacher. He must be given some trainings because we need him. If I don't allow anyone to share their views or express their concerns, it's going to be a serious problem for the organization. Okay, so his view has actually benefited me. Now, employee motivation, I already explained it. They will consider themselves as an important part of the business. What are the disadvantages of democratic leadership style? The first one, it is very time consuming. Why? Because you have to consult everyone. You have to consult each and every single person. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I need your, hey, can you please suggest me? I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be very time consuming. In some situations, you have to take the decision on spot, and that must be very fast decision. But if you start consulting everyone, if you start asking their suggestions, it's gonna consume a lot of time. So sometimes in democratic leadership style, the decisions, get so long to be finalized. Okay, not appropriate if the business is dealing with the large workforce. For example, if you're dealing with the large workforce, it's not possible for you to share everything with everyone. If it's a small organization, okay, you can allow people, you can ask them to contribute in the decision-making process. But over here, if the business is large, then there is a procedure. Like the top managers or the senior managers, they decide. And they simply consult for specific issues with the specific managers or the specific teams if they're going to take any decision pertaining to that specific team. Getting my point? But it's in large organizations, it's not possible to consult everyone. Communication problems, encoding and decoding. That is a serious problem. I have conducted not too much, but a few workshops, okay? And I always suggest, please do not develop highly formal organizational, culture in your organization. Try to relax. Develop informal culture, trustable culture, because sometimes it happens, some organizations run after evidences. Some organizations say, I'm not gonna communicate anything verbally. Whatever it is, I will send via email because I need to have evidences in my hand. there is always a problem of encoding and decoding. Okay, the way you type an email, it's not mandatory the person who is sitting on another side of the system, he will decode the email in the same way. Now, maybe he fails the music with the manager. Maybe he is having some, stress or problems or dealing with the issue. He is not gonna decode the email in the same way you encoded the email. So that's what I always say. Promote informal culture. Just pick up the phone and say, hey, I need this. Can you please help me out? Can you do it? Oh yeah, fine. Trustable culture. Well, I'm taking you to the organizational training. I'll make a separate video on it, okay? When I will teach HR, then I will discuss this point. Some decisions are very sensitive. They don't have to be disclosed openly and everybody gets to know, oh, really, this is happening in the organization. For example, you are touching the break-even point. You are going to be bankrupt. Just for example, you are not supposed to be telling everyone, hey, we are going to be bankrupt. We are about to touch the break-even point, man. So, well, if you do so, employees will be highly demotivated and there is a huge possibility they may quit. What do you need to do? You need to motivate your staff to give their best, to take their potential out. Why? So that maybe they will utilize their skills, they will increase their revenue, they will bring more sales, revenue will be increased, and maybe you will not touch the break-even point. Are you getting my point? So you don't have to disclose everything to your employees. There are many things that you have to keep them secret. Okay. Moving on, appropriateness of democratic leadership style. Democratic leadership style might work more effectively if the leader cannot always be present to ensure that employees are on task. If the leader is not always present, it's okay. You have allowed people to take the decisions, consult everyone, and they can do the work after consulting with everyone. Are you getting my point? So it's going to work if you as a leader are not available 24/7. If the workers are experienced in dealing with a certain task, I already explained you, if you are dealing with the team or if your team is more experienced than you, then it's better to adopt the democratic leadership style instead of being autocratic. Take their suggestions, allow them to share their views. It's going to be highly beneficial for your organization. If you're working with the team who is very, 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 very experienced, take their inputs, okay? Allow them to share their views. This was my lecture on autocratic leadership style. I hope you have understood today's lecture on democratic leadership style. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I request you to please do so. If you have already subscribed to it, thank you so much, but please refer my channel to others so that they can also benefit from my lectures on business management, marketing, economics, HR, and so on. Thank you so much for watching.